Hi and welcome, Shining Stars. So, I don't know how I'm doing the scripting, the Patreon videos, because what I do is I like to share Patreon first, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a video that I can share everywhere, and then the printables for Patreon, because anyways, Patreons are the ones that get the printables. So if you want to be part of the printables, you need to sign up to Patreon. It's only $5.55 a month, and you get a bunch of printables. We do a lot of manifesting. And with that note, I want to share some amazing manifestations. Thank you for sharing your beautiful manifestations today. Beautiful, my beautiful goddess Hebe, who she's my partner, and she's been working on something. I think I forgot to ask her, but I think it took a good maybe month and a half. I mean, she's been wanting this for a while, but we kind of like set the intention. I'm gonna say 2 months, and she could correct me of how long. And we added it to her weekly prosperity altar. And then, of course, I do scripts for her. She scripts. She's been scripting for a good year now. She's actually my first real scripting client of over a year ago. I'm gonna say well over a year ago. Um, so something that she really wanted was I guess you could say like a promotion for and she got it. She was super happy. She's like really emotional, and I love it because I get so like excited. I'm like a child at Christmas when you guys are like Daisy. I'm manifesting. I'm just like around my house. I'm like, woo! I'm super happy because I do this. And when you guys tell me and you send me these stories, it's like I can't explain. I'm very emotional. I'm extremely sensitive. I'm extremely passionate. I feel a lot. This is why I stay home. So when you guys like, I do all this hard work, and then you guys message me and you tell me this happened, I'm just like, I love it. So that was her today. And of course, this was the biggest manifestation. This is why I shared it with you, because her job is a high-end job. It's not like a regular job, you got a promotion. Very high-end job. She's just one of those super amazing individuals who is really radiant. The best heart you could ever imagine, she has it. And when she tells me I manifested this, I manifested that, I'm just like, I'm grateful for her. I'm just not just excited for her, but grateful on her behalf, because she's such a good person. So it's like divine energy really helping us that are like really good people trying to make a difference in this world, trying to share our amazingness, because she's one of those people that shares her amazingness. She's just one of those. So thank you, Diane. You cannot imagine like how excited I get, especially like today. I went to sleep really late last night. It was one of those, I'm going to sleep, I'm not going to sleep. And then that's what we're going to talk. We got so much to talk about. So I brewed me some coffee. So if you want to stop the video, make your own coffee. I recommend that you get your moon journals, or wherever it is that you jot down what's happening. I hope you saw the predictions that we did for August. I'm going to rewatch them because Spirit shared a lot of insights. I tried to have the predictions a few weeks, more or less a time frame in advance. But the August predictions should have been up a little while ago. And they should be now everywhere on YouTube, everywhere. And it is so important for you guys to watch these videos, because a lot of the energies that Spirit shares with you during these videos, you're going to notice them after. You're not going to notice them when you're watching the video, because it's a whole other energy. So those videos that I share about weeks, it shares insight on what's going on and what's coming. So when we undergo these energies, we understand. And I want to share something with you, because I'm always telling you guys, don't melt, don't send me your melting, because That's not part of the work that I do unless you are one of my on-call clients. I do not accept like meltdowns because it interferes with my frequency. So with that being said, I want to share with you something that happened to me. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because we're all human. We're all emotional. We all are a bit sensitive. We all feel. We all go through the same cosmic craziness. And about, I think the worst of it was it on August 1st through August 2nd, which was my oldest son's birthday, and he lives like 300 miles from me. So that was like me not being able to be with my son and share the birthday together. You know, I'm not big on celebrations. It's kind of my own childhood trauma, but I still like to kind of hang out with my kids on their birthdays and on their special days and share that bond. And the great thing is he's one of those really sensitive, sentimental, very like detailed type of guy. Like my son, I feel like he's just like me in that aspect, that he really cares about his family. He really cares about his friends. I'm gonna get emotional. Give me a second. Sorry, I needed a moment. So he's just very loving and caring, and it's gonna be hard for me to share all this. My God, I can't even talk. So it was just a crazy day. Like the energy was very intense, and I share with you guys because I want you to know that I have meltdowns too, just like you guys have meltdowns. I have meltdowns. You know, we all go through certain things. So with that being said, there's a lot going on. You know, I have my work that is my responsibility. I have to, you know, make sure that I'm taking care of my Patreons because they pay a monthly subscription for the printables and for the rituals that I share. And you know, like this, I think it was supposed to, Spirit said it was supposed to get better during the energy of July 28th, that the energy was supposed to shift because the beginning of July was really crazy, right? But then I asked Spirit, because I'm like, August 1st, especially August 2nd, I was just like, I don't know about you guys, but I was really like, my energy levels, I was super tired. I was very emotional. I was going through like some major stuff, really looking at my life, my finances, the work that I'm doing. You know, I'm in between going back to my 9 to 5 because they're like, come back. And I'm like, oh, but I really love being home. The money is good, but I like being home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of little things that are going on in my personal life. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want to share with you, like, when I go through this, like, what do I do? So one of the things that I do is I will take a nice hot shower. And there's something about the element of water. For me, it's very healing. It's very serene. And even a shower, which is nothing more than tap water, I go in there and it's hot, and I get my scrubs and I got my lavender, and I'm kind of like, you know, doing my thing, and I'm just venting. Now my family's used to that because they know that, you know, I'm a weirdo. So they're used to all my speaking to myself and my rituals and my meditation. So they're used to all that. And I was just completely releasing. I was just letting go. I was shouting and I was crying, and it was just ugly. And I was just very, very emotional. I think the last time that I got this emotional, which is, I'm thinking back, it might have been around the same time in 2020. I think I had that crazy moment. That's why it's so important that you journal, because you could go back to these energies and be like, oh, something astrologically happens to us during this time frame, so you could better prepare, right, for these emotions. So I didn't answer my phone. I kind of was like in my zone, melting down. I made some coffee. I had some tea. I think my son bought me chocolate. I watched a lot of Mrs. Maisel comedy. Always good. You know, you don't want to be down and watch things that make you feel down. And something crazy was that I could not sleep. And mind you, I am a sleepyhead. I'm the type of person, I'll go to sleep. I could sleep 8-10 hours easily because of my work. You know, I work really hard. So that was the second, and of course I talked to my son. I mean, I had called him already on August 1st, going into August 2nd, like at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So we talked a lot on the phone for a long time because he was a 2 a.m. baby. And then we talked again on August 2nd, and we were kind of like reminiscing and kind of venting over the things that were occurring in his life and my life. So it was a very emotional energy, and that's when Spirit's like, that what's happening is everything is in our face, so we could realize this is not working. And that's exactly what I did. When I went into my shower and I did my venting, and I was like, no, this is not gonna happen. I don't want this. And if you talk to a lot of the LOA, law of attraction gurus, they'll tell you, you cannot say what you don't want because you're putting that out there. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're not gonna live your life as rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and fairies and pixie dust. It's not always like that. You're gonna have your meltdowns. We all have our meltdowns. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to know that when you're in that state, it is okay to take 1 or 2 days to come out of that rut, to come out of that energy. And so what I do is then after I vented and I cleansed my house, I cleared everything, I cleansed all the altars, I got rid of every single altar. So my uncles, you guys got new altars. I threw everything out because I was like, if I'm in this state, it could be maybe something from one of the altars, it could be my state, it could be a combination of everything. So what do? Major cleansing, clearing, getting rid of everything, starting new, saging. Like, it's like a thorough type thing. This is why when you guys come to me, I really take care of my work. There's no joke. You know, I make sure that my home is high frequency. I don't have people over. You better believe nobody's gonna come into the sacred space that I have for you guys and bring their own toxic energies. No, nobody comes into my house. So that was on the second, and then yesterday was solutions. So I go through emotional state, venting, releasing, cleansing, clearing. You know, it's kind of like a thing that I do. Sometimes I'll have to take an extra day because then I need to relax, you know, restore. But what happened was I went through all this on a second. I did all this, you know, releasing, cleansing, clearing, washing the floors. Like, I washed the floors, I cleaned the walls, I sage. It's a lot of things, right? I wash my beddings. Like, I really get deep and down to clearing any and all low vibrational energies, because yes, it could just be something that we're going through because we have to go through it. But it could also be, hey, somebody sending you negative energy and you just picked up on that rut. You really, you know, a lot of us don't know. And at that point, it was just a lot of everything. So I know afterwards, Spirit told me what it was. And that's where I'm going to. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know that it is okay for you to have a meltdown. What is not okay is for you to allow yourself to stay in that meltdown, to stay in that rut energy. So 1, 2, massive shift, a lot of craziness, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. Yesterday was my solution day. Was, okay, Spirit, what the fudge is going on? So I felt better because, again, I did all of that. So I sit down, I'm sitting with Spirit, I'm journaling, and we're talking. Spirit's like, so I want to share this with you guys because Spirit sent it to me. And I was like, you guys are amazing. August, so this entire month, Uranus is in conjunction with the North Node. With that being said, there's a lot of intensity and instability. A lot of what happens with the instability. Let's say you're a millionaire, because millionaires don't have instability, right? They're fine. They're millionaires. But the instability comes from fear, because I asked that because I want to know everything. I want to know because I'm like, Spirit, some people don't have instability. Some people are rich and like, yeah, Daisy, but then they'll have that fear of loss, or maybe one of their businesses went bankrupt and they have all this fear energy because they don't see that these changes have to occur because something is happening, something is coming. There's a karmic balance that is undergoing. So these energies are going to push you to your higher collective plane, what they call destiny, fate, your path, your journey, however you want to see it. So I know, because again, I have to go do rituals, and people are like, Daisy, I need you to do a spell for me. And Spirit's like, no. You're not doing this anymore. This is not part of the big plan. This is not. So, and there's a reason for that. And then I feel like that's why I go through stuff, because when I do I feel bad because Sally had a huge meltdown with her beloved. So she begged me, please, please, please. And I only come to you because that's what they tell me. And you're the only one that can help me. And that is not the answer anymore. That is not. Scripting is so amazing. It is so, so amazing. I have had 10 of you in the month of July. The first batch is coming to its close this week of our 30 days, and I'm still sending them. Is it this one, Daisy? It's this one. They're still getting the second workbook, and I still have one more. So even if our 30-day ends, you will still get all of these in your email with the videos. This is how amazing this scripting quest that I created with Spirit is. Diane sent me that message this morning about her major manifestation. One of my other clients, which I added her to my new scripting book because she went through a couple meltdowns. And right off the bat, we scripted. One of the scripts happened within 15 hours. I did the script and I went to sleep in about, it happened before that, but in a span of 15 hours, she had messaged me and said, this and this and this happened. And I said to her, did you read the script that I sent you yesterday? And she hadn't even seen it. So it's not like she didn't even give her energy. It was the energy that I gave her through the script, because that's what scripting does. It shifts our reality. People, this shit works. I don't care what you have to do. You need to do this. This is something that you're going to use for the rest of your essence. And if you want to add some candle magic, I add candle magic. I have altars. But you better to believe that now, not only am I doing, and I've always scripted for my clients, but now it's to a place, because I know so much more about it, that I'm able to intensify what we're manifesting. So this month has a lot of intense energy. If we thought July was intense, put your boots on, because the ship has really hit some turmoil, crazy, overbearing waters. Like the storm is chaotic. Now, on a positive note, the worst is from the 1st through the 7th. And there's a reason for that. It's because it says from Mars, so Mars joins the Uranus North Node conjunction, making the energy even more amplified. This will bring instability in the areas relating to like finances, agriculture, the environment. So we're gonna see, and what are we seeing? I don't know if you guys in the US, have you guys looked at the news and seen Kentucky? There's so many people that have passed away because of that crazy flood. I don't know, well, you can't see it here. We have thunderstorms. I'm here in central Orlando, Florida. I don't know how many people have died already this year from being struck I said that wrong. Struck by lightning. And I have a printable just for Patreons. Do I have it here, Daisy? Do you have it here? I think I do. Oh, yes. So on the 8th, very important, don't forget, you could start on the night of the 7th. You could do it on the 8th. You could do it on the 8th at 8 p.m. and give it that 888 energy. The Lionsgate 888 portals peaks, bringing the rebirth and spirit of energy. So this is new beginnings. So this is, okay, Sally, you've worked your ass off. You have put up with all the baloney of this year, 2022. We're going to cut you some slack. So that's what's happening on that energy. And this frequency is going to work with you because it's a high intensity frequency. Meditation, stay away from dark lalas, take a beach day, take a pool day, take a relax, create your own sacred spa in your home day. Just positive energies. And I created a really cute script. I think you guys had I love this one because I love little birdhouses and whatnot. And I created this cute little script for you to use, and I wrote the prompts for you, and then I had someone that are someone, oh my god, I'm everywhere today, some that are blank, so you could just keep on keeping on, because we also have on the 11th, it's an Aquarius super full moon, and this is going to bring the changes. This is going to, we sent all that I want, gimme. And so for those of you that have been scripting, guess what? This full moon is going to bring you, if you thought that you already got some stuff, get ready for the Aquarius super full moon on the 11th. Now, so the 22nd is about our bodies. It's about focusing on our bodies, taking care of our bodies. Is a great time to start, like maybe fitness, eating better, maybe doing a little fasting to get rid, detox, all that beautiful energy, just to kind of treat your body as this beautiful sacred temple that it is. That's on August 22nd. On the 24th, it's a time to focus on the changes that you have made into your life and to be adamant upon them. I'm writing this journal that you guys are going to love. It's called, and I think I talked about it before. Sorry. The chair kind of moves because I get like so excited I'm moving around. So the journal is called Make Up Your Fucking Mind. I know it's really out there, and it's because a lot of us are like, I want this. I don't want this. I think I want this. I don't want this. Daisy, I want this, but I don't want this. And sometimes, I'm not picking up because I know one of you is going to be like, oh my God, she's talking about me. I'm talking about a lot of you. I do that too. We all have like this. I used to say that my dad, every time he would go pee, he would change his mind. And I remember he used to get really mad at me because I swear to you, that man would go to the bathroom, come out, and everything is different. He would tell you, I want to get a farm with farm animals. And then he would be like, I'm going to move to the beach. And when you are in that range, nothing happens. He doesn't live in a farm. He doesn't live in a beach. And it's because, what are you doing? You're giving mixed signals. I want this. I don't want this. I want that. So that's what this energy on August 24th is you're reassessing the changes. Like for me, example, no more rituals. So I know Spirit is really pushing me. If you notice, even my Venus weeklies and my prosperity altars, they're completely sold out. I'm only doing them for those that are part of the ritual, and as of this month, they're completely sold out. So if you were not part of it in the past, you can't sign up anymore because that's it. I'm only doing it for these beautiful Patreons that have been part of Patreon for a long time, and they're the ones doing it. It's no longer on my Etsy shop. That's it. Only for these beautiful energies. Because we need to consolidate our lives. Like really look at everything and not just, and think about all the aspects of your life. Think about your bills. I'm doing that with my bills. I had another meltdown. A lot of the meltdowns is super funny that they're like finances, because one of my major meltdowns on the second was my car situation and Comcast, the Xfinity internet. Somehow they overcharged me $200 and nobody seems to find it. And I had to download all the statements, go into my bank accounts. It was very tedious, and at the end they didn't give me the credit because they told me it was a bill that I had. You can't argue with them. You're not gonna win with them. So I added that to my new scripting book that talks about, now I understood, and I talk about it. Now I understand why they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's because companies take advantage of the poor people. Because if you're late on your bill, or you go to lower vibrational companies, like with me, I was trying to save, $100, and I went to this shitty insurance company, and now look at, I'm $5,000 in Ubers and car rentals because I got a shitty company. So that is what we're facing right here. And I'm the type of person, like I said, I'm very sensitive and very emotional. So when people take advantage of me in that aspect, it really hurts. It really hurts. But I'm not the type of person that just melts. I'm the type of person that I'm just like, I live in the freaking United States of America. What are you going to do about this? So I will call the public. I will call the state attorneys and the senator. I will make sure of the Better Business Bureau. You better be sure that you are going to freaking hear me. My Twitter is like my venting machine for all these companies. I blew up Xfinity. So I did get a sort of solution. They did bring my bill down, and they told me they're going to give me a credit. But the thing is, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like the people that you talk to Xfinity are like all over the world, because then you'll talk to one person today and then tomorrow. So the energy was very like confusing and intense and unstable, and it was very overwhelming. But what did I learn? So on the 3rd, I sat down, and I don't have the printable here, and if you want the printable Patreons, let me know and I will link it on our page. I'll probably do that. You know what? Let me write it down. Financial stability. My videos are long, but Spirit shares a lot of information. I don't just create these videos just for yourself, for myself. I create these because if I know that if you guys really got all this stuff and really did the homework, you could shift your lives. And believe it or not, even through my worst meltdowns, because let me tell you, the first and second really kicked my ass such a way that I took a melatonin to go to sleep. I did lavender. My son brought me chocolate, and I swear to Jesus, if I would have had a Xanax, because I don't have Xanaxes, I would have popped a Xanax. That was the state that I have. And I know I get people all the time like, oh my God, don't do that. That's really bad. I don't believe in that crap. I believe that the Bible says that you could take, your body is such a perfect divine frequency and energy. And if sometimes you need to take something because you're like melting, then you need to take it. It's not like you're popping those every day. Now, if you're popping them every day, then that's the difference. But I don't criticize that, because there are people that really have, like my mom is a super depressed person. Like, it's an ailment, it's an illness. Of course I do spiritually know that it's like a spiritual imbalance, but that doesn't give us the right to be like, that's bad for you. Because if that was the case, then you would need to get a farm and grow your own food and have your own cows and have your own chickens, because everything has pesticides and substances and preservatives. So I'm not criticizing anyone. I would just say, if I did have one, I would have popped it that day. That's how crazy I felt on August 2nd. So the 3rd, I sat down, all my finances, I'm still working on them, still organizing, still working on them. Every company, every subscription, you name it, it's all being written down, because I said no. Because my problem is that sometimes I'll pay a bill late, and it's not because I don't have the money, it's because I forgot that July 28th Xfinity was due. And I don't like companies like, oh, we'll give you $10. And I did do it with them, because they gave me $15 to automatic take it out of my account. So now what I'm doing is I'm jotting down Xfinity is coming out July 28th or the 28th out of my account, approximation $115, because they did drop it from like $160 to $115. So they made it worth my while. Not a big worth, but enough to be like, okay, I'll do it. Financial stability. you need to organize your bills. You need to organize your investments. I just invested in a bubble tea company that I saw on Instagram. I read, I researched, I also did some investments in real estate that also they start you. I think you pay like a monthly subscription, and all that money goes into different real estate, and after I don't know how long they either start sending you dividends of your investments, or you could further invest. So these are great ways. These are things that we should be thinking about, and the energy of August is really powerful for you to do that. Now, the 27th is the energy of the new moon. It's in Virgo, and it's going to be very emotional, my friends. Very emotional. You're going to have to channel this energy into your passions, because if it's a positive emotional, if it's a joyful, I'm happy, I'm loving, so everything is great emotion, and awesome. But still put that into your desires, your intentions, what you're working on. For me, I'm starting to now work on my Christmas Etsy shop. So I'm kind of gonna be doing that towards that time, because if I don't do it now, then I can't, because that's how the algorithms work. You have to do everything in August for October, November, December, especially for Black Friday energy. So yeah, and I did that you're going to love. So this is already up on my Patreon. I wrote, look how cute, I love this. I sent this to one of you beautiful scripting, my scripting clients, because I love the sunflower and I love the splash of watercolor. And it says, how did I write it? Okay, so I wrote, you are a divine being of light, but sometimes we undergo some darkness, which brings us emotions we need to look and let go. I will add some questions for you to answer, and then you will write a release letter that you will either throw in a lake, or you could put inside a bowl of water. So what you could do is, and where did, I guess I didn't bring it. What did I do, Daisy? I have so many printables in front of me. Okay, here we go. Below, write a letter to who you connect with, letting go of all those emotions and less than energies, especially all fear. And again, I will do a video for beautiful Patreons, so you could get a more better idea. So you're just gonna write a letter, and like I said, who do you talk to? Your angels, an ancestral being that you're connected to, Almighty God of the heavens, whoever you're connected, whoever your deity is, whoever your higher power is. It could be a celebrity. I wouldn't do celebrities because this is like a spiritual release, so I feel like you need to find an extended master, a divine being, because they're going to help you through this release. Goddesses, I love goddess Isis, Hecate, Bas, like these beautiful goddesses that work with dark energies, that will agree for protection, release. And you're going to write them a letter of, and it says all your emotions, like the emotions that I had because of the situation with my insurance and the bills and not being able to spend time with my family. Just kind of, it was like an overwhelming day of all of it, in your face, kicking your ass. And then the fears. What fears came up? The fear of not having enough to pay your bills because, oh my God, you stopped doing this. Because that's what happens. When changes come through, ego's going to be telling you, you can't do that. Are you crazy? That was your bread and butter. You need to keep doing that. And if that was the case, then we wouldn't grow. And that's what happens to a lot of us. Example, my dad. I want the beach. I want the farm. I want the beach. Or you can have them both, but say you want them both. Don't go back and forth. So that is the energy, my friends. I'm cutting it out because we're already 30 minutes and I'm giving you a lot of insights. Again, my Patreon should be coming up somewhere around here. Click on it. It'll take you to the Patreon page. $5.55, and you get all of these printables. Not to mention everything that I talk about and I share. I do like little, messages, so you guys are aware of the different energies and vibrations. If you're coming to my channel, hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, whenever I have a video, you become aware, because a lot of times you'll message me and you'll be like, oh, I didn't see that video. Well, if you're not subscribed or you don't hit the notification bell and I put out videos or I put out content, you will not be notified, because that's how YouTube works. Thank you all for sharing with me, and I would like you to comment below what did you grasp from this video, like what really spoke to you, and because I love to hear that, because that way I know, what else to talk about. Or if you have ideas, hey Daisy, share about this, comment below, what changes you want to make, or just I give it over to you, not to overbear yourself with emotions. We are all beings of light here, living a physical human form in this plane, and yes, emotions and sadness and frustration is part of this vibration. I hope you learned a lot from these videos. Don't forget to share and pin me on your Pinterest. I send you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon.